Welcome back, everybody. This is GTA Failure. In our last video, we went from rank 5 all the way up to rank 13, the maximum rank, and there's still some more to do, so let's do it. First, we'll equip our overpowered gem rocket, and then we'll teleport to pad, and we're going to put 7,000 fuel in because we need to get back up to Rank Up Island, not to rank up, but to collect all of the gems and life orbs, which reset one final time because we just did rank up. So let's take our final trip up to Rank Up Island here in this dimension. We'll just stay here with the video because this is the fastest rocket that we have at the moment, and it is going to go almost triple its natural speed, which is pretty darn cool. And as we're taking this final ride here, I'll point out that in the last video, I don't know how long that video was, maybe 15 minutes, but of course it took me a lot longer to make the video in real time because I was pausing the video for all of my gem collecting. So to go from rank 5 to 13, it took 2 hours in real time. And so that's 8 ranks in 2 hours or 15 minutes per rank on average, which seems pretty quick. Again, because we've got this great plan, the Zenith cube collecting fuel for us, and then this gem rocket generating cash and getting us up to Rank Up Island very quickly. So we could have hopped off there. I'll just hop off at Rank Up Island to be consistent. You can see we actually ran out of fuel before getting above Rank Up Island, but because we had so much speed built up, and the speed doesn't instantly go to 0 when the fuel runs out, turns out a paltry 7,000 fuel is all that's required for us to get to Rank Up Island. It would be a lot more if we hadn't been putting all of our points to rank up speed. So because this is our last trip going all the way through all of the gems and orbs, I'm just going to record it. It's kind of a swan song for us. I tried to hit that gem on the way down, missed it. That's a tough one. It's a kind of a small target, but sometimes we get it. Much more important is to hit the parkour platform as we jump down to the next island below after we finish up here at Cannon Island. So a couple of small things that I've been doing, minor optimizations off video. Number one, you can see that I'm holding the 3 UFO parts, one of each. And so it turns out that like after you drop off the last of the UFO repair parts, it's got that little animation. And in the time that it takes for that animation to happen, I've just been going around and doing one fast trip to grab one of each. And so that just saves me one cycle next time around. Small optimization. And then you'll also notice that I'm kind of glowing here. I've got the fireflies, and that's because right after completing the firefly minigame, I grabbed the firefly power from that one tree of life, and that saves me one trip to the tree of life next time around. Okay, so we actually missed this platform. We landed on the ground below, but we landed inside of some invisible circle down there that teleports us back up here to the gem platform. So we grabbed the gems, grabbed the orb, didn't have to do the parkour minigame at all, which is pretty sweet. Okay, and so now heading down to the UFO, we'll land right on top, and I just have to equip the one batch that I had of each, and you can see it's down from 5 to 4. So we just have to do 4 loops of our triple of parts, and then this UFO will be repaired for the last time. So even though these are going to be the last gems that we can collect, you can come back and continue to do these minigames. The minigames don't disappear, but when you complete a minigame and the minigames haven't been reset because you ranked up, then you'll get to the chest and it will say, congratulations, but you opened this chest already and you don't get any more gems. So feel free to come back here and play these minigames to your heart's content, but the chests will not give you any more gems from this point after we complete this last cycle here. Okay, one more trip. And I won't do it now, but during this UFO animation is the time that in the past cycles off video, I've walked around and I've done one more loop collecting these 3 items here. The compound hasn't regenerated yet, but there's enough time to grab them quickly and then come over here before the gems reset. But no need to do it here because this is my last time completing this mini game for gems. Okay, and we'll make our final visit to the Cave of Eye. And we'll see how this goes. So I've had pretty good luck with the Cave of Eye. I got trolled one time early on in the playthrough, but generally able to complete it in one pass without falling into the lava. We'll see. Of course, as I say that, I jinx myself. Totally lost here. All right, that was kind of lucky that I was able to get back. Okay, so far so good. Gonna hop down to this one right here. Just kind of waiting to see where the eye is going to shoot before I make my next jump, which is over here. And then we'll head over to this one, and then quickly off this one. I didn't even light that one up because the eye, oh goodness. And of course, I think that's the second time I failed out of like the last 10 rank up cycles. My goodness. But this is just bonus content for you, right? Okay, just waiting to make sure that I don't commit to a jump that is going to fail. And I go to this one next. All right, and then this one over here, and then out. Okay, 2 tries, not too bad. And out of here. Okay, honing in on our maximum number of gems. The goal at the end of this cycle is 14,200. Okay, and here we are. Little bounce there. We'll grab the orb first, and then we'll use up the fireflies that I've been holding on to since the last cycle, since my last visit to this island. So we'll use them right here, which will just save us that one trip from the tree of life over here to the tree that we just lit up. Not a major time save, but it's something. So if you've been playing along as you're watching these videos, I hope you found this game as fun and charming as I have. It's really only fun for me because we've got this overpowered strategy. That fuel grind that I think most gamers playing this game do is not for me. It's not how I want to spend my time. So we did it that one time early on in this playthrough. And then as soon as we could afford it, we bought that Zenith cube. And if you've been paying attention, you'll notice we have not collected a single unit of fuel manually since then. We went from rank 1 to rank 13 without collecting any fuel. And then as soon as we were able to afford the gem rocket, we bought that, and that really sped up the process for grinding for the cash required for rank ups, and also zipping us to rank up island. So I think that the game is fun if you can spend most of your time doing these mini games and ranking up, and not so fun, I gotta wait for this guy, not so fun if you have to do a ton of manual fuel grinding. Okay, we'll collect this orb here for the last time. So even though you can complete the mini games as many times as you want, these orbs will never show up again because we can't rank up again. So our last time collecting these orbs. Okay, and here we are at the Zenith. We'll collect our final orb of the entire game, and then we'll hand it in for the last time in the entire game. Okay, and now we have to wait because this person just started their interaction. So it looks like this might be their first time coming in here, and that they haven't collected any life orbs, so right now they're getting introduced to the story. And as soon as they finish their interaction, we can start our final interaction with the Zenith. Okay, so here we go. 7 life orbs collected and returned. And this brings us to our optimal number, 14,200, closing in on the last gems of the game. There's still 1,000 left to collect, but it's not here in this dimension. Okay, so what else is there left to do in this dimension? Well, we'll hop down, and we're going to buy all of the cash fuel scoopers and rockets and backpacks in the game. And in order to buy all those things, we need cash. And so to get cash, we are going to do a launch. I think that 33,000 fuel will be enough to get us enough cash to buy everything there is to buy with cash in this dimension. So let's try a flight with 33,000 fuel. And if it turns out to not quite be enough, we'll just do another flight with some more gems. That's fine. Or with some more fuel, I should say. Now, a 33,000 fuel flight is going to take a while to burn through. You're welcome to invite folks to board your rocket. Give them a hand. Maybe they don't have the resources to get up to Rank Up Island, so you can come right up here, click this little thing right here, and type in a message, which all of the other gamers in this server will be able to see. But for right now, what we're going to do is head behind our pad and check out all of this cool stuff. So every time we completed one of those mini games, we got a little message that said something like pad decoration unlocked. And so each time you complete the mini game, you get one of these things, which is supposed to remind you of something from that particular mini game. And they're just little parkour things. They're just decorative, but kind of fun to explore. So this one here is from the Cannon Island at the very top. Here's the Firefly Island. I'm standing on the Cave of Eye thing, and actually these things do light up, which is kind of neat. I don't think anything happens if you light them all up. They disappear. All right, so this one here with the spheres, this is the parkour minigame, and it's even got a one of these checkpoints that you can turn green. And then if we double jump here, we can get right onto the Zenith, to Zenith here actually. And what is this thing here? These are the crystals, the electric crystals from the labyrinth. And then finally the UFO repair icon is right over here. So, not super practical, but just kind of fun to hop around. Oh, and there's this thing right up here is one of the life orbs. We collected 7 many times over. So just kind of fun to play around, and it's no problem if you fall off into the void here. You'll just get teleported right back to the middle of the fuel where you spawn in when you start the game again. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video here, waiting for our launch to complete, which will give us enough cash to hopefully buy everything we can buy in the game. I'll be back. Okay, and we're back. This launch is just wrapping up here, generating about 900 grand. And we had another 211 grand in the bank from that one last trip we just took to Rank Up Island. And I think this is going to be enough money to buy everything. We'll see. Is that true? 1 million doesn't seem near enough. 33,000 fuel launch. I don't know. Let's just start buying. Okay, so here's the puny rocket, the free one. Let's buy the next one for $100. We've seen these first few rockets a bunch of times because before we had the gem rocket, we had to slowly work our way up to each of these rockets up to the 15,000 rocket. So that one we've seen many times. We took trips up to Rank Up Island on that one many times. But there is the $50,000 rocket. That's looking pretty cool. And then let's keep on purchasing rockets. So here's the $100,000 rocket. Each one goes a little bit faster and generates cash a little bit quicker. There it is right there. Not too shabby. And anything past that? No, that's, oh wait, so we got the 500,000. Okay, so one last rocket here. Buy that one. 500,000 rocket. Where is it? Right there. Oh, that one looks pretty cool. Very nice. Okay, let's head over to the fuel scoop shop and start buying all of these things. Although I'm looking at my cash, I don't know how. I thought this would, well, maybe it is going to be enough. Okay, let's start buying. So there's the free one. It's currently the only one we own. So we did use these first few fuel scoopers several times over, including the cutest one in the game, the Moonling fuel scoop. But now there's the UFO fuel scoop. Now we don't need to actually collect any fuel. But these things here do have kind of cutesy animations when you collect fuel. And just like that, our little sad backpack is full. So let me actually upgrade our backpacks first so that we can show off the cutesy animations. So again, we had all these backpacks before up to this one, the Moonling one. We'll buy the fuel canister backpack. That looks pretty cool. Here's the radio backpack, like that old-timey radio with all the static. And then finally the Zenith backpack for 100 grand, 8,500 capacity. Pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can use this UFO scooper a tiny bit longer and take a look at the animation. That's neat. I like all the lights on the UFO. Okay, let's head back by the last couple of fuel scoopers. Okay, the space gun fuel scoop, buy it, and head up here. So I think this one is supposed to look like the cannon, right? You got the two blue lights there, and then the kind of laser effect there as you grab fuel. Cool. And any more fuel scoopers? I think this is the last one here, the life orb fuel scoop. Obviously it looks like a life orb, and it's the most powerful fuel scoop in this dimension. Not too much to say in terms of animations, it just lights up a little bit brighter when you turn it on. But it is pretty cool to see 100 fuel coming in maybe every half a second there. Okay, so I think that is everything here in Dimension 2. We'll take one last ride here in Dimension 2. We're not going to go very far. Let's see what happens if we put 7,000 fuel in here, which is enough for the the gem rocket to get to Rank Up Island. I honestly don't know which rocket is faster. This expensive one here, the most expensive cash rocket, or the gem rocket that we rode before. So we'll take one quick trip here as we wrap up this video. So I think this is lower, isn't it? Weren't we in the 400s before? I guess we'll know at the end of the launch, because if the fuel runs out before we get to the 20,000 altitude, then this rocket is slower. And it sure seems like this fuel is going to run out well before we get to the 20,000 altitude. So you can see, again, 7,000 fuel is what we just put in here. And in the gem rocket, we got up above 20,000, which is where Rank Up Island is. And here, 7,500, like a third as far. So yeah, that gem rocket really, really overpowered, really helpful to us. Okay, so last thing we're going to do in this video is head back to Dimension 1. So let's select Dimension 1 and go. And I will claim a pad. And then we'll call this video done. And there's still work to do. In fact, kind of a long grind, which you can choose to participate in if you want or not. And we'll get into that in the next video. But let's claim a pad here. I guess it doesn't much matter where we end up. We'll head over here. Okay, so here we are in Dimension 1, and in this dimension we still have a lot of work to do. We've got gems to collect, and we've got fuel to grind, and we've got equipment to gather. Lots of stuff to do. We don't even have a bot over here helping us out, so work to do, and we will pick up here next time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.